All right. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to play a little bit with the hips and the hamstrings, and we're going to use a blanket as a prop. And if you're not on a smooth surface, maybe a couple of paper plates would work, right? So you're doing this kind of stuff. And if you don't have paper plates and you're not on a smooth surface, don't worry about it. We're not going to do a ton of stuff. So you will get it worked out. I am confident, and you'll be able to modify. There you go. All right. So sit well, everyone. Sit well. I just like downed a cup of tea, so a little crazy at the moment. All right. Sit well. Find your center. Maybe move the shoulders back away from the front body a little bit. And tap into your breath. You know, the breath is such, I call it the great equalizer when we are stressed, when we are tired, when we need to focus. The breath is where we all should head, right? So feeling a little bit like, whoo, you know, got to get into my center, tap into the breath. And so we take a nice deep breath in and we let it go. And again, deep breath in. And exhale, let it all go. And you notice, right, as you start to focus on your breath, maybe we start to let the external influences go, and let the external world go, the thoughts, the noise. And we just start to tap into the movement of the body as we breathe, the temperature of the air as it comes through our noses. The way the belly expands as the chest expands on the inhale, the way it all softens back down on the exhale. Good, a few more breaths right here. And maybe open the eyes, take the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze it back and down, and let it go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn the palms down, let it go. Good, inhale, reach up. Turn them around, exhale out. One more here, inhale. And exhale, let that go. Let the left hand stay on the mat. Take the right arm up. Just some nice easy stretching. And then reach over your left knee. Circle it all the way up. All the way over. And again, reach over the knee. Circle around. Good. Last one here. First that stretch. And then the reach and the circle. Both arms come up. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Left arm, soften that shoulder. I can picture one of you right now that's kind of hiking up. So go ahead and soften it down. I know you're smiling because you know I'm talking about you. And breathe, and then reach over the knee, circle it all the way up. And exhale over. Good. Reach over the knee and circle up. And last one, reach. And take it across and take it up. Both arms up. Exhale your hands to the heart. Roll the shoulders down. Just feel your body in space. Feel your heart. Maybe you can already feel that heartbeat a little bit stronger. And exhale, let it go. Shake it all out. Good. Take the arms up. Now be mindful here. I want you to take your left arm just diagonally out to the side. Engage your low belly, and then reach the other arm and kind of hover in space. So we're working with a little bit of core to start our morning. If you need to, take the arm down, but otherwise I want you to hover in space. Keep the shoulders stretching back, keep the arms reaching up and come center. Let's go to the other side. You can do one arm at a time. You can do both arms. Watch the head neck, right? Watch that strain there. Breathe, come center. Do you feel that? Good. One more, both sides. Stretch, feeling that. Imagine you're holding a beach ball between the hands. And center, good. Last one. Breathe. In the winter, I'm gonna have to say something like big snowball. I don't know. I give away my location. Beach ball and center. Exhale, let go. Good. Roll it out, everybody. And then straighten both legs. Press through the feet, press through the big toenails, press down through the thighs, right? Nice Tadasana pose. Roll the shoulders back, the hands softly rest on the floor or fingertips, depending on you and your body shape. So breathe, lift through the chest, maybe squeeze the shoulder blades together just a little bit, not a whole bunch. Feel the legs work. Good. Choice number one, you're staying here, or take the arms up, hold on to that beach ball. Breathe. Reach with the arms, feel really nice and solid there. Lift one leg, again optional, everything optional, right? If you're here, if you got on your mat this morning, you are already halfway there. So breathe, lift the chest, feel that leg work, I know. And lower it down, lift up really tall, exhale the hands down. Tadasana pose, staff pose. And notice, right, do your elbows kind of splay out? Do the shoulders kind of round forward? Can you draw the elbows instead behind you a little bit as you lift the chest? All right, here we are. Take the arms up. Hold on to the beach ball so that the shoulders are active. Lift the other leg. You can lean back. That's going to be pretty normal, but maybe not sag back, right? Don't let the body drop. Push down through one leg as you lift the other. Feel that leg working, feel the quadricep working, I know. And then lower, lift tall, exhale, release. Roll the shoulders. Good, I'm just gonna turn sideways here. Bend both knees, grab one block. You're gonna take the block between your thighs. I go the second width. Play with it for you. You want your legs to be roughly hips width apart. So give that block a nice little squeeze. Lean back, hold the backs of your thighs. Lift your feet off the floor. If you can, breathe. In yoga classes, I had a teacher said, find the flat spot on your butt. I'm like, what flat spot? There is no flat spot. Breathe, squeeze, release the arms if you can, if you want. Yeah, my legs are shaking, maybe your legs are shaking. It's all good. Find your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, just roll over your block. That's it. Good, and then come on up, and whichever width you chose, go one wider, okay? Unless you were already wide, and then maybe you go one less wide, but go one wider than what you just chose. Dig your heels into the mat, and then isometrically pull the heels back. What are we working, right? Right here. Woo. Feel those hamstrings, everybody. Breathe, lift tall. Give your block a good squeeze. Take the arms up. Lean back a little bit. Squeeze your block, lift one foot off the floor. And breathe. Keep digging the other heel back. Good, bend. Release, switch sides. Squeeze the block. Notice. Woo. And release. Come on up. And breathe. Good, last one here. I want you to squeeze the block. If you have it wide and it feels awful, then take it down a notch. But otherwise, squeeze. This is harder, for me anyway. Squeeze your block, let go of the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5. Oh, wait, 2, 1.5. 1, and let go. Woo, take that block out, straighten the legs. Good, set the block aside for a moment. I want you to flex your feet, take the arms out in front of you. Be mindful here, especially with my low back people. You might want to bend the knees instead. So reach the arms, shoulders back. Come on down, slow. All the way down, control. Let the arms go overhead, stretch the whole body. Good, take the arms up, bend the knees, feet to the floor. Bring both knees to your chest, wrap those arms around, and then take both legs up to the ceiling. Roll the shoulders down, press your hands to the mat. Yep, squeeze back, so really press back through the shoulders and the upper arms. Lower one leg just a few inches off the floor. Try to keep your low back down on the floor. Good, big deep breath, everybody. And take that leg up. Exhale, other leg goes low. Breathe, little bit of core work. I like getting it out of the way. Take that leg up. Good, 1, you're gonna stay there. 2, you're gonna add the arms. So both hands, both legs up to the ceiling. Lower right side only, 1 overhead, arm overhead. Leg toward the floor, squeeze in through your belly. Take both of those up and switch. And take it up. We're gonna do 2 more, both sides. Go slow. Don't let the leg just fly down toward the floor. Let it be controlled. And up, last set here. Right side. Left side. Take it up. Okay, now a little bit of brain teaser here. Right leg, left arm. So now we're doing opposites. Take it up. Switch sides. And up. If this is confusing as all get out, don't worry about it. Just do what you can. And take it up. Good. Left arm, right leg, or left leg, right arm. And up. We got 1 more set. Breathe. And up. Last one. And up. Good. Bend the knees. Bring those knees to chest. Kind of circle out the ankles. And rock yourself back up or roll to one side and come back up. You're going to grab one of your blocks. Now, this is not going to be for everybody. If you cannot do it, don't worry about it. Actually, you're going to grab both blocks. So we're going to go right to 2. If you can't, so what we're going to do is grab a block, place it behind our knee, and give that block a squeeze. Okay, we're going to do that with both knees. So grab a hold best you can of the block if you can, and squeeze the block. Now, if your knees don't do this, don't worry about it. Some of you can go, you just kind of find a little spot there where you can hang on. But if it hurts the knees, just bend the knees to your level. Don't worry about the blocks. And then squeeze and come back down. Hang on. Hang on to the blocks. Flex your feet. Hands go behind your head. Let's just do 10 little crunches here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, yep, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job there. Relax the upper body. Good. Take both hands underneath your sacrum. We're almost done with this. So that your thumbs are kind of resting under the sacrum. It's going to help keep the lower back flat. And you're just going to see if you can hang on to the blocks, tap your heels, bring the knees back up. Okay. So here we go. 10 and 9. Keep that belly strong. If you don't need thumbs under the sacrum, don't worry about it. You can take them out. That's it. This is 5. Got 5 left. 5. Don't let the low back overarch. That's 4. 3. 2. Yep. Last one. 1. Hover the feet just a few inches. Really press down through the belly. Find that. Squeeze your blocks if you can. And release, take those blocks out, ooh, set those aside, roll over to one side, come on up. All right, so here's where you're gonna grab your blanket or your paper plates or your gently used magazines, whatever it is that you have. Take both heels to your blanket. Roll the shoulders back. Make sure your upper body is comfortable but not sagging down. You can sit up on a blanket as well. Keep the chest nice and tall. Just simply slide the blanket out or the paper plates and slide in. If you don't have either one, just do your best on whatever surface you're on. Squeeze. Sometimes carpeting will work here. Just the mat itself is really tough. So press out, but then squeeze in like you're really trying to pull this blanket or your heels through mud. That's it. Good. Keep it going. Squeeze in. Breathe out. Squeeze it in. Breathe out. Good. Two more. Squeeze. And squeeze. Good. Just release. Take one foot off. You can have that leg straight. You can have it bent. Bring the other heel to the center. Bend the knee. All I want you to do is try to find circles. Best you can. Don't worry about it. Won't be graded on your circle. So hip work. That's it. Just watch how it feels. Switch directions. Dig the heel into whatever it is you're using. I know. One more. Clean the floor at the same time, right? And switch sides. Take the other leg, bring it out of the way, wherever it is for you, and circle. You would think this would be a piece of cake, and it's just kind of weird, right? It's a little awkward. It's okay. We're moving that hip in full range of motion. Good. Switch directions. This one spot on my floor is going to be smallish. And release. Bring both heels back. Dig them both in, your choice, either behind down or behind up. Press out, squeeze in. Press out, squeeze. 3, squeeze. 4, squeeze in. 5, woo, see if we can do 5 more. 5, and 4, and 3, squeeze in. 2, yep, almost done. And 1, squeeze it in. Good. Set your behind down if that is still up. Set your blanket aside. Have your blocks to the front of your mouth. And comes the table pose. Okay. That wasn't too bad, was it? I hope not. All right, so we're starting in table pose. If your wrists are really chatty, you can go to soft fists. Just make sure you feel really stable here. Worst case scenario, you come on down to your elbows, which really isn't a worst case of anything. Press the right leg back, tone in through the belly, lift the leg. Take the left arm out, balancing table. I've also heard this called bird dog. I like balancing table better. Breathe, work through that long leg. Find your core, find your belly. Release the left hand, keep the leg. Bend the knee, squeeze in, hamstring work. And out. 2, 3, yep. 4, just one more. And 5, extend out, release that side. Shake out the hands, wrists if you need to. And let's get ready for the other side. Press the left arm or left leg back. Lift the leg, tone in through the belly. The most challenging part of this, besides the balance, is not dipping into the low back. So when you're ready, take the right arm out. Engage the glutes on the left side. Find your pose. Should be looking kind of down at your mat, right? So that we have good alignment here. Breathe. And release. And then that back leg, we bend, squeeze in, straight. Squeeze. And 3, just 2 more. Squeeze in, feel that hammy. Squeeze in and release it. Good, nice long puppy stretch here. Stretch the arms. Drop the forehead toward the floor. Stretch out the arms. And come on up. So either you're going to do that again, which is the leg bend, not balancing table, but just bend and straighten, okay? Or you're going to grab one of your blocks. See if you can sandwich it between your knee, behind your knee, and lift that leg up. So either way, come on up and then pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen up. Squeeze that block, lower the knee. If you don't have a block, still lowering the knee, take it out to the side. 1, just 5. 2, squeeze the block. 3, I know. 4, 1 more. And 5, lower down. So that block wants to start to slip, right? So the more you squeeze, the more you work the back of that leg, in theory anyway. So let's do the other side. Find the grip if you can. Squeeze the block. Lift it up and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knee toward the other knee. Go out to the side for 5. And 4. Yep, hip work. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. Lower down. Release that block. Plant your hands. Downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, just start to pedal it out. But still think about the beach ball, right? Talk about this a lot. If the elbows, the inner elbows, are gently holding a beach ball, but the shoulders stay wide. See if you can find that so that we can engage the upper back. And then take your feet wide on your mat. Walk the hands back to your feet. Press the knees out to the sides, hands to knees, and come on up. Good, shake out the wrists. Maybe give them a little squeeze. There you go. And then come on up to the front of your mat. Open up the shoulders and find Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come on down. Soften the knees, step back, right leg. Your hands go to your blocks. Your blocks press into the floor, the shoulders start to open. Your right knee can be down, by the way. And when you're ready, I want you to see if you can grab your blocks, take them up to your shoulders, and press them up. And breathe. Squeeze the back leg. Notice your pose, right? Big open chest, everybody. And then bring them back to your shoulders. Slowly lean forward. Set the blocks down. Maybe move them out of the way, down dog. Or you're going to just switch sides, okay? So breathe. Lower your knees to the floor. Press the right leg out. Reach the left arm forward. Balancing table. Big deep breath. Lower the hands. Bend the knee for 5. 1, 2. Yep. Squeeze on purpose. 4 and 5. Release the knee. Downward facing dog. Piece of cake. Just a tiny little flow here. Look through the hands. Step forward with your right foot. Your hands go to your blocks. Feel your pose. Get nice and stable. And when you're ready, right, remember, left knee can go down. You're gonna pick these blocks up kind of like they're heavy, but that you're strong enough to do it. So you're gonna squeeze them up. You're gonna press them up. Right, every time you move the arms, so it's a little bit more challenge from a balance standpoint. Bring them back to your shoulders. Slowly lower them to the floor, that's your core. Set the blocks aside. Step back, down dog. Lower the knees. From here, the left leg presses out. The right one presses out. Find your breath, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hand, bend the knee. 1, 2, yep. 3, got it. 4, 5, lower the knee, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Check the hands, try not to overweight the lower palms of the hands, the outer pinky side. Try to spread the weight of those hands all the way through the hands, all the way up to the fingertips. Look through your hands, step forward, left leg. Blocks to hands, hands to blocks. Take your time here. Remember, the right knee can go down. We're going to repeat. Repeat. All right, so when you're ready, squeeze in through your core. Bring the blocks up to the shoulders. From here, press them up. Find your breath. Squeeze your back glutes. Press into the back leg. Make sure the front foot's not getting all the weight. Bring them back to your shoulders. Back to the floor. Listen up. You're going to leave your right hand on your block. You're going to take the left block up to the ceiling. That's it. Use your breath. Keep the legs strong. Just a nice little twist here. Reach that block forward, down to the floor. Set the blocks aside, downward facing dog. Feel familiar. Inhale, take tippy toes. Lower down to your knees. Press the right leg back. Press the left arm forward. Balancing table. Breathe. Lower the arm, listen up. You're going to bend the knee, lower it toward the other knee, and do a little bit of side hip work. So take that knee out to the side. 2, 3, and 4. I know. And 5. Lower the knee. Let's go to the other side. Downward facing dog. You got this. Oh, happy day. All right, when you're ready, let's step forward, left leg. Breathe. Oh, that's going to be the same side. Darn. Yeah, it is. All right, switch sides, everybody. Sorry about that. Right foot forward, left foot back. That feels better. Squeeze in through the glutes. Your hands go to your blocks. I almost went on the wrong side. Good. Squeezing through your core. Take those blocks up to your shoulders. Find your stability. Press them up like they're weights. Breathe. Strong pose, everybody. Bring it back to your shoulders. Slowly lower to the floor. That's core work. Left hand stays on the block. Right arm takes that block up to the ceiling. Yep, spread like eagle wings here, right? So shoulder to shoulder, hand to hand. Solid back leg. Good, lower. This is our last round here. Set those blocks aside, downward facing dog. I know. Lower the knees. Whew. Breathe, press the left leg back. Right arm forward, balancing table. Find your breath. Find that center, find the equilibrium. Lower the hand, you're going to bend the knee, but lower it this time. Take it out to the side. 1 and 2. 3, yep. 4, and 5. Lower down, take the knees wide on your mat. Find child's pose or any other pose that makes sense for you right now. Good, just breathe and come back to center. And just notice. From child's pose, if you can, just come on up. Any way to sit, just for a second, even if it's up on the knees. I want you to grasp fingers, right? Just the fingers, and pull the arms apart. Yeah, so we're just creating some length in the wrists. And release, shake it out. Come on back to table pose. Spread through the fingers, hold on to the beach ball between those elbows. Downward facing dog. Good, pedal, pedal, pedal. Stretching it all out. And when you're ready, I want you to step forward with your left leg. Breathe. Hands come to blocks. So, and here, depending on your flexibility here, you can either have the blocks up at second level or at first level. I don't think I would go up high because they start to get a little too tippy. Front knee is bent. You're going to come into a simple lunge twist. So right hand stays on the block, left arm goes up. Press through the back leg really strongly, everyone. Notice again, shoulder to shoulder. Can you spread through those legs? Can you reach? Bring the left arm forward, take it back to your block. Straighten the front leg, straight being relative. Drop the back heel. And then reach the left hip back as the right hip comes forward. We're just squaring those hips a little bit. Remember, those blocks can be up higher, it would make sense. Breathe. Finding this nice long stretch for the hamstring. Reaching through the sit bones, right? Way up here, way up in the sit bones. And then your right hand block stays on your right hand stays on your block. Take the left arm up again. Trickier here. Breathe. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Find your pose. Revolve triangle. Release that hand. You can keep the hands on your blocks if they're low. We're transitioning again. So downward facing dog. Some of you might stay right here. Everybody else, guess what's coming? Come on down to your knees. I'm just going to set my blocks out of the way. Press your right leg back. Lift the leg. You know this by now. Take the left arm out. Balancing table. Use your breath. Sneaky little core class. I tell you, how'd she do that? Good. Let the left hand come down, bend the right knee 5 times. And 2, squeeze in. And 3, you got this. 4. And 5, stretch it out, lower the knee. Now, an easier way here would be to just step forward with your right leg, otherwise downward facing dog. Right leg forward. Hands to blocks. Find your breath. Press strongly through the back leg. Right? When we're doing these types of poses, super easy to put so much weight on the front leg because that is where it feels like it, needs to be. But if we bring that front knee back just a little and press stronger through the back leg, find a much more stable pose. So here we are, left hand stays on the block. Take the right arm up. Revolve lunge. Breathe, everybody. Squeeze the long legs glutes. Find your pose. Open up those wings. Don't lift the chin, by the way. I see a lot of that at times. Lower the hand. You're gonna drop the back foot just a little bit, straighten the front foot or front knee. And breathe. And again, depending on your hamstrings, maybe the blocks are up a little bit higher. See if you can move the shoulders away from the ears. How does this pose feel on this side? Right? It's a completely different pose for me on this side. My hamstrings are tighter on the right. Breathe. And just check it out. No judgment, right? You're just checking it out. All right, when you're ready, left hand stays on the block. Right arm goes up. Revolve triangle. Breathe. And release. Set your blocks to the sides or off your mat. Step off your back foot. Come forward. Once you're forward, hands can rest on the blocks. Forward fold here. And still notice, right? Where is the weight in your feet? Are you heavy in the heels? Are you heavy in the toes? Can you come to the middle space here? Softness to the knees. Extension through the arms. And breathe. Good. Bend both knees, everyone. Take your hands to your knees. Come on. Shake everything out. One of my students on Sunday said, your classes have gotten harder. No, they haven't. We're just using some of this summer energy, right, to keep us going, keep us moving and grooving. Grab one of your blocks, take it between your thighs, and hold on to it. So I tend to walk my feet in a little bit. I want to see if I can feel the whole block, not just the upper part of the block. But then you want to make sure those feet are centered and evenly weighted. So when we have the block here, our feet can kind of roll out to the side. So bring the big toes down and feel that engagement in the whole inner line of the blocks. Inhale, reach up, take your hands to your heart. Bend the knees as if you're going to sit down in a chair. And breathe. Now, lengthen the tailbone. Start to lift the chest a little bit. Hold on to the imaginary beach ball between the arms. Chair pose. Easy, easy. Squeeze through the arms. Find your breath. Work with the block. Bend the elbows, press the arms back as if you were going to ski down the slope. Breathe. I don't ski, by the way, but I see some people that look amazing doing it. Good. Everybody stand all the way up. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Sit down in your chair. You don't have to go deep. Here's the key, right? Here's the secret. If you're in a squat, if you don't sit in the chair behind you, you go past these knees, you can make the knees pretty cranky. So instead, I want you to sit back in the chair, right? Then tone the belly, lengthen the tailbone. Reach out and hold the beach ball. Reach out and touch somebody. So when I say beach ball, does anybody think, oh, what color? No, everybody says no. I do. I don't know why. It's like the multicolored one with the stripes, right? Maybe it's because the painting in front of me is in multicolors. Take the arms back and press. Breathe. Are you sitting in the chair? Can you bring those hips back just a little bit more? Everybody stand up. Exhale, release. Una más. One more. Roll the shoulders. Remember, right? We don't have to go super deep. It's not about that. All right, here we go. Inhale up. Exhale to your heart. Equanimity. Let's find that center space. Even if you're here, even if your mind's eye does the pose and not the body, right? Find the center. All right, here we go. Sit back in a chair. Lift the chest, but equally lengthen the tailbone. That helps us not sit in our low backs. Reach out, hang on to the beach ball. Good, squeeze the block. Did you forget about the block? Don't go for squeeze. Squeeze, keep the legs active. Breathe. Stand up. Exhale, release. And take the block out. All right. Come on down. We're putting everything together that we just did. So you already did it. You already know. Piece of cake. Maybe there's cake out there. It keeps coming up. All right. Here we go, everybody. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come on down. Ooh, step back, down, right leg. Step back, right leg. Grab a hold of your blocks. Find your lunge. Your right knee can go on the floor, right? Do not hesitate if that seems right for you. Squeeze into the belly. Grab your blocks. Take them up to your shoulders. Press them up to the ceiling. Find your breath. Woo, strong poses, everybody. Bring them back to your shoulders. Slowly take them to the floor. Keep your right hand on the block. Take the left block up to the ceiling. Been here, done this, the body knows. Creating muscle memory. Reach that block forward, all the way back down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Breathe. Lower your knees. Then move the blocks or keep them. Right leg out. Left arm forward, balancing table. Breathe. Hang on, we got this. Lower the hands, bend the knee. 1 and 2. 3, yep. 4, 5, listen up. We're gonna lower the knee, take it out to the side. 1, 2, 3, you got it. 4 and 5. Lower the knee, downward facing dog. You're going to step forward, left leg, hands to block. Breathe. Straighten the front leg, the back foot may drop, that heel might drop to the inside a little bit, or you can stay on the ball mount, they both work. If your pose is super long, maybe you shorten it up a little bit. And often for this, those blocks up on the hand is a little bit more helpful. Level out the hips, move the shoulders out of the way. Right hand stays on the block. Left arm goes up. Breathe, squeeze those inner thighs towards each other. Press through the back leg. You got it, you got it, you got it. Feel yourself long and tall and strong and stable. Release that hand. Listen up, you're gonna step forward. Find chair pose, you're down deep, hands to knees. Lengthen the tailbone as you lift the chest. Reach out, hang on to the beach ball. Good, better adjust there, buddy. Breathe. Stand all the way up. Exhale your hands to heart. Roll the shoulders back. Find your center. Side 1. There we go. We got one more side. There we go. Take it up. Exhale all the way down. Just feel that sweet forward fold. Soften the knees. Step back left leg. You got your lunge. Knee up, knee down. Grab a hold of your blocks. Take them to your shoulders. Press them up from here. Breathe. That's it. Bring them back to your shoulders. Slowly take them to the floor. Left hand stays on your block. Grab your left hand stays on your block. Take the right arm up. I said that different. I meant this. Breathe. That's it. Just feel how strong, how powerful, how stable, right? That's what we're working for, everybody. Release that hand down. You're gonna step back, down dog. Maybe you release those blocks out of the way. Lower your knees to the floor. When you're ready, from table pose, press the left leg back. Lift that left leg, fold the belly in, reach the right arm. This may be our last balancing table today. So let's make it work. Make it work, everybody. Release the hands. Bend the knee. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yep. 1. Lower the knee out to the side for 5. 1, 2. Outer hip. 3, 4. Yeah, I know. 5. Lower that knee. Either step forward, right leg, or down dog first. Breathe. Right leg steps forward. Your hands go to your blocks. Straightening the right leg, maybe dropping that back heel a little bit. That's kind of an individual thing. It depends on what your ankles are doing, what your hips are doing. Use your breath. When you're ready, left hand stays on the block. Right arm goes up. Front leg relatively straight. Both shoulders externally rotated, tailbone long, belly tucks. We're so long. Release. I know. Set those blocks aside, everybody. You're going to step back to down dog. Lower the knees, find child's pose or anything else that makes sense for you. That's it. We find equilibrium. You know, life is always throwing curveballs, but we can catch them, or we can knock them the heck out of the park. We come back to center. All right, so before we come to the floor permanently for the class, let's go back up to standing again. And I'm going to get you to, I'm going to just ask you to come up to standing in your most yogi way. So it depends on what you were choosing for a rest pose to come up to standing. But do your best and come on up and feel that. Whew. And I want you to just get a sense of something. So turn sideways on your mat. Take a wider stance, but not your widest ever. And then just isometrically pull your legs out to the sides, right? So I'm trying to drag my feet across the mat, but it's not going, right? So what do we feel? Been playing with this a little bit from a hip straight, knee alignment stance. And I find it really interesting that something this simple can work the outer hips and create some strength without squeezing the glutes and kind of crunching into the low back. So I just want you to feel this. And breathe. Good. Then just release. Take the legs back to roughly hips width apart. Open up the shoulders. We're going to do a little bit of balance work, so you might want to head near a wall, piece of furniture, something like that. Stand up really tall and shift into one leg. I'm going to shift into my right leg. If you want to mirror, then you'll shift into your left. And then just take your big toe of your other foot out to the side. Just your big toe. square the hip. So again, we'll tend to lift that hip, that extended legs hip. So see if you can drop that hip down. 1, you're here. 2, you're gonna flex the foot and lift the leg. We're staying in the side hip, that same muscle that we did when we were just pressing the legs away from each other. You can take one arm down, one arm up. And breathe. So balance work, find your spot, right? Find that spot in front of you where you can focus. Breathe, release, take it down, shake it out. Same leg, whichever leg you're working with, stay with that leg. Stand up really tall. Again, 1 finger to a wall is awesome. You're going to take that same leg straight back and come on to the big toe. Toe the belly in, lift the chest, engage the glutes. When and if you're ready, you're going to lift the leg. You can flex or point and take both arms up. Now, super tricky here not to go into your lower back. I only want you to take the leg back so far that you can keep the torso upright. Breathe and release. Oh, good. Shake it out. Same thing, other side. We're going to start in Tadasana, mountain pose. Shift into the standing leg. Keep that glute active. Point the big toe out. When and if you're ready, you're going to flex and lift. Toes point forward. And the arms reach. And you can do the arms any way you want. For some, same side down is better. For some, lifting that side up would be better. Balance work here. Squeeze. I know. Ripping a hole in my mat right now. Try to not rip. And release. Ooh, shake it out. Same thing. Back muscle. Press the toe back. Lift up super tall. Engage the glute. You should be engaging that standing leg too, right? No kidding. Lift the leg if you can. Take the arms up. Hip extension, right? When we extend the front of the hip, engage the back of the hip. Breathe. And release. All right, last one here, and optional, you're going to grab a block. You may need a little wall space for this one because it can be tricky. If you can put this block between your heel and sit bone. Okay, no, that's not going to work. We'll have to do that one lay down. Bring it behind your knee. I thought we could do it standing too. Bring it behind your knee and hold. Squeeze the block. Take the arms up. The knee raises up and back down, just for 5. Squeeze, working against gravity here. 3, just 2 more. 2, I know. And 1, drop it. Grab your block, shake it out. Switch sides. Sandwich that block behind the knee if you can. And if you can't, don't worry, right? All you got to do is bend the knee to your level. Piece of cake. Okay. I guess I gotta have some cake today because it keeps coming up. All right, arms up, everybody. 1 finger to a wall. Here we go. Knee up and down. 2, I know. 3. Squeeze your block. 4 and 5. And release it. Set that block down on the floor. Come back to the mat. Come back to the front of your mat. Roll the shoulders. Inhale, take it out. Exhale all the way down. Woo. Just stretch it out, everybody. If your hamstrings are feeling tight, just take the feet wide on your mat. Let the torso come down toward the floor. If I know you, you know me, right? If you don't want to come this slow, just take it halfway. You know who I am talking to. Breathe.
All right, plant the hands, step back to down dog. Lower your knees to the floor. Listen up, half plank. I like to bend my knees and cross my ankles. That just helps me. So half plank is not table pose on, right? It is half plank, which means your hips come down, your shoulders open up, you're holding on to the beach ball. And I just want to see if we can do not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 push-ups. Push-ups. Elbows out, elbows in, your choice, do your best. The push-ups are not your cup of tea. Take a block under your chest for a little bit of help, right? Here we go. Strength in numbers. There's 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 more if you can. Down, push up. Woo! Press back, everybody. Life is good. Come on down to belly. I know. Lengthen through your legs. My reason is your, I don't know. We just do our best, right? We just do our best. It's okay. If you did 1 and done, you did your best, and I am proud of you. So we're good. We are all good. All right, come on up to your elbows. Let's just get a little bit of Sphinx pose in there to lengthen through our backs. Find our back bend, right? We want to be able to move these spines as much as we can for as long as we can within reason. And so Sphinx is just such a lovely pose, lovely basic back bend to play with that. Your hands are face down, palms face down. The shoulders move away from the ears. Now, what I like about Sphinx is this idea that we can play with the belly. So if I do nothing, right, my belly's just kind of hanging out on the floor, it will put more pressure on my lower back. If I want to support the low back more, I'm going to bring the low ribs and the belly in. And it's going to lift me a little bit further off the floor. And it doesn't mean that the skin of your belly comes off the floor, but it's that muscle engagement of drawing the low belly in, drawing the low ribs in, which causes that tailbone to lengthen, which takes some of that curve out of the lower back. So when you're here, 2 diagonal on your hands to the edges of your yoga mat, pushing your hands and lift up. This is a super modified Cobra Pose. Want you to soften the shoulders down. If you're scrunching, unscrunch, breathe, lift, feel that, right? You're still toning the belly and you're still drawing the ribs in. The lower back is a happy camper. Slowly lower the elbows and release all the way down. Find your breath. Shake out your hips. Optional here when you're just going to hang out here. If your knees have had enough. Otherwise, I want you to bend the right knee. Bring that heel as close to the glute as you can. If your body allows, you're going to reach back with the right hand, draw that heel in toward your glute. The rest of you is relaxed and chilling. Now, here's the work, right? It's not about holding the foot in. It's about squeezing the hamstring muscle, the back of the leg, letting go of the hand and seeing if the leg will stay. And then release that. Good, same thing, other side. First bend the knee. That might be right where you are, and that's right where you stay. Otherwise, you're going to reach back and see if you can find your foot and bring that heel closer to the glute. Right? What are you feeling? You're feeling a nice stretch, maybe in the quadricep muscle, the front of the thigh. Breathe. Now, purposefully engage the hamstring. Like feel yourself go from a passive engagement, hand to foot, to an active engagement, which is let go of the foot. Ooh, squeeze, 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 and release. Good job, everybody. Whew. And then have your blocks accessible, and then turn on to the yeah, start by chilling. We just did several back bends. So keep the knees bent, feet on the floor, but let your back settle. I don't like rushing from one pose to another, especially with back bends. So we're just gonna let all those muscles settle down a little bit. Maybe you can rock and roll through the pelvis a little bit. Oh. All right, optional. Since I'm on this theme, if you have been using the blocks behind the knees, grab both blocks, place them behind both knees, squeeze those babies the best you can, and bring your feet back to the floor. So, and blocks are optional, okay? They're gonna keep the hamstrings a little bit more engaged. From here, bridge pose. So what are we doing with bridge, right? We're gonna squeeze the feet in. We're gonna drag the heels back. We've got the hamstrings engaged. The tailbone lengthens and the hips lift. If you're holding on to your blocks, you can walk the feet in a little bit so you get more squeeze behind the knees into the calf muscles and the hamstrings. And then lift the hips. And remember, blocks are optional here, but you can lift the hips, feel how the hamstrings work with the pose. The shins move forward, right? The fronts of your lower legs actually move forward as the hamstrings and glutes work on the pose. You can do palms face up, palms face down. You can reach and touch your heels if you are in that depth of a pose. Find your breath. Breathe. And then slowly lower down, but lower down behind first, or glutes first. Breathe. Draw your knees to your chest. Take the blocks out if they were already there. If they were there. And place your feet back on the floor. This time I want you to dig the heels in and lift the rest of the feet. So you're on heels only, okay? Tailbone lengthens, belly tones in. We're gonna dig in, pull the heels back, lift the hips. Good, once again, maybe we walk the shoulders under a little bit. Keep digging the heels in as the hips lift to your level. Doesn't have to be high, it can be a couple of inches off the floor. Again, it's for me, it's never about how high or what it looks like. It's like, what does it feel like? Do I feel like I'm engaging the legs, lifting the hips, moving from the heart center up toward the ceiling in my pose? And then lower down behind first. Relax the upper body and relax the feet. We're only doing one more. Find your breath. Grab a block, take it at least second width. Take it between the knees, just above the knees for most of us. Plant your feet. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring that all together. Lift the hips. Don't over squeeze the block. Maybe the hands interlace behind your back, maybe not. And breathe. Let go of the block. Keep the pose. Breathe. And lower down all the way. Unleash your back, right, from that back bend. Hold this nice long body on the floor. And then when you're ready, draw the knees to chest. Breathe. Good, feet to the floor, everybody. Shift, lift, and shift your hips to the right. Draw the knees toward the chest. And allow the knees to go over to the left. Let's come into just a simple twist here. Shoulders are open. The arms can come out, cactus pose or T position. Relax your head and your neck. If your temptation is to look right, I would engage you to look maybe left instead, to really soften through the neck instead of taking it into a twist as well. Breathe. Soften the jaw. Feel how easily the breath comes back to center. That's it. And the knees to center. Your feet to the floor, shift all the way to the left side. Your knees come to chest. And then the knees release to the right side. And again, I would invite you to just try to see how it feels to have your head more neutral or just softly falling to the right. Let the jaw be really slack, the eyes really soft. Imagine each breath feeding your spine, feeding your vertebra, feeding the discs between the vertebra. One more purposeful breath here. Bring your knees to center, your feet to the floor, your hips come back to center. Straighten both legs. Arms down to your sides, and I want you to squeeze everything into center. So engage the muscles of the glutes, the legs, the arms, press your back into the floor, and let it all go. Good, one more here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze everything into center. Just make everything tight, and let it go. And then take the feet really wide on your mat. This just helps release the hips. You can certainly take blocks under knees or under the upper part of the thighs. Turn the arms outward, palms face up. And with palms face up as we move through Shavasana. Maybe we let the universe know that we are open to receiving all good things in our lives. We are open to the experience. We are open to the journey. Deepen into your Shavasana, let the breath carry you in.
Soften even more. For those of you who are ready, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Very slowly draw your knees to your chest. Just rock side to side, maybe a few knee circles there. Slowly let those knees roll to one side or the other, curl all the way over into fetal pose. And when you're ready, press all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart. And bow to your inner wisdom. In gratitude, always and always. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.